It's the BBC News now on BBC One with Hugh Edwards. With another famous face on the sofa, more stories from across the country. Join the One Show at 7 tomorrow night. Then Greg and Chris help a family who cook 2 separate meals each night to cut out sugary treats and eat well for less at 8. The hunt for Ealing's most wanted burglars lead to a high-speed chase. The Met policing London is at 9. And following the 10 o'clock news with extra storage will be new towels banished to room 101 at 10:45. That's Wednesday night on BBC One. Find full details online at bbc.co.uk/BBC1. Sorry about the problems there. We're now returning to the BBC News.
Tonight at 10, jobs and prosperity must come first in any Brexit deal. The Chancellor spells out his priorities. Philip Hammond said that while people had voted to leave the EU, they hadn't voted to make themselves poorer. The Bank of England echoed the Chancellor's remarks, which are seen as a signal that he wants a change of emphasis in the Brexit process.
We will leave the EU, but it must be done in a way that works for Britain, in a way that prioritises British jobs and underpins Britain's prosperity.
Mr. Hammond also insisted that immigration needed to be managed, but not shut down. We'll have more on this major intervention by the Chancellor in the Brexit debate. Also tonight...
You have to lift the ban! You have to lift the ban!
The latest images of the attack outside a mosque in North London, where a local imam intervened to stop further violence.
The true heroes are those who arrived on the scene right at the start, and the heroes are those in the hospital now, suffering with injuries, some of them life-threatening.
9 years after the financial crisis, Barclays Bank and 4 former executives are charged with fraud. Britain is facing its longest heatwave since 1995, and if it lasts until Friday, the longest since 1976.
And he does it with an ace. What a win! What a win!
And at Queen's, a shock defeat in the first round for Andy Murray, losing in straight sets.
On BBC London, the checks to prevent another Grenfell. Councils are improving tower block safety. And the Met Commissioner talks to us about her stretched police force and calls for more government support.
Good evening. A few technical problems tonight for which we apologise, but on the eve of the Queen's speech and in the week the formal Brexit talks got underway, the Chancellor has defined his own goals for the negotiation. Philip Hammond said that jobs and economic prosperity had to be priorities in the Brexit talks, and he stressed that immigration needed to be managed, not shut down. Mr Hammond said that while people had voted to leave the EU, they had not, in his view, voted to make themselves poorer. The Chancellor's comments in the City of London were welcomed by some business leaders, as our economics editor Kamal Ahmed reports now.